Alright folks, welcome back to another video right here on Jason's Wrestling Channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Ultimate Warrior. Now he started his career, he was a bodybuilder, and he wrestled underneath the name the Dingo Warrior. And Steve Borden was Sting. And they wrestled in the smaller independent wrestling companies. Finally, Sting got a contract with World Championship Wrestling. And he went underneath the name Sting. And the Dingo Warrior, got a contract with the World Wrestling Federation. And he would become the Ultimate Warrior. So now the Ultimate Warrior was wrestling in the World Wrestling Federation. Finally, at SummerSlam 1988, they needed an opponent for the Honky Tonk Man. And the Honky Tonk Man didn't have an opponent because he was supposed to wrestle against Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Brutus the Barber Beefcake got hurt by Outlaw. He got attacked by Outlaw Ron Bass and couldn't wrestle at SummerSlam. So the Honky Tonk Man didn't have an opponent. And he said, get me someone out here to wrestle. I don't care who it is. So the Ultimate Warrior just came from the back and he ran down the aisle. Within a matter of seconds, he won the Intercontinental Championship. And he would go on to defend that title. Finally, at the Royal Rumble, he was feuding against Ravishing Rick Rude and a pose down. Now, Rick Rude didn't like the idea of the Warrior winning every pose. So he had a steel bar, and he attacked the Ultimate Warrior. And he just stood there and watched. So then later on at WrestleMania 5, the Warrior defended the Intercontinental Championship against Ravishing Rick Rude. So Heenan grabbed Warrior's ankle when Warrior was going off the rope, made Warrior fall, and Rude got on top of the Warrior. The referee counted 3. So they declared Rick Rude as the Intercontinental Champion. Now, Rude wasn't aware of what was going on, so the Warrior went outside the ring and went after Heenan. Heenan tried to run away. Warrior got a hold of Heenan, body slammed him on the ground. And then, at SummerSlam 1989, later on the year, they would wrestle again. Rude would defend the Intercontinental Championship against the Ultimate Warrior. Now, the Warrior promised that he would get his belt back. And Rick Rude kept saying, no, he's not going to get his belt back, this and that, So then they went into the match. Ultimate Warrior ends up beating Ravishing Rick Rude to become the Intercontinental Champion once again. And then WrestleMania 6 came. Hogan and Warrior were a tag team on Saturday's Night Main Event. And the Warrior accidentally clotheslined Hulk Hogan. And Hogan went down, and they started arguing. And then at the Royal Rumble, the Ultimate Warrior accidentally eliminated Hogan. So then they went into WrestleMania 6, and it was champion versus champion, title for title. And Hogan lost. The Ultimate Warrior won. He won both belts. Hogan went off to go film movies. He was out of wrestling for a while. And it wasn't working for the Ultimate Warrior. The fans didn't really connect with him. So they brought Hogan back. And at the Royal Rumble, Warrior defended the World Wrestling Federation title against Sergeant Slaughter. Now, the Macho Man Randy Savage was a big factor in that because he came to the ring and he hit the Ultimate Warrior in the head with a scepter. And Slaughter ended up winning the WWF Championship. And that would set up Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter at WrestleMania 7. But that's another time, we'll discuss that. So then, at WrestleMania 7, they had a career-ending match between Macho Man Randy Savage and the Ultimate Warrior. Both guys put their career on the line. Ultimate Warrior ended up beating Macho Man and ended Randy Savage's career in the World Wrestling Federation. And then Sherry would come into the ring after Savage lost and pummel on him. And Elizabeth couldn't handle it anymore because she was sitting front row at the event. So she came over the guardrail. She got a hold of Sherry and threw Sherry off. Threw her out of the ring. Savage gets up. He doesn't know what's going on. He looks. He almost hit Elizabeth, but he stopped. And he realized it wasn't her that was hitting him. He was surprised. So they hugged. And they left the ring. And then at SummerSlam 1991, Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth got married. Now, Warrior was at SummerSlam. He was Hulk Hogan's tag team partner against Sergeant Slaughter and Colonel Mustafa. And then Warrior ended up getting fired at the end of the match. Vince McMahon fired him immediately after the match because Ultimate Warrior wanted more money. So he was out of the WWF for a while. Later on, Hogan and Warrior would pick up their feud at SummerSlam. In WCW at Halloween Havoc. With Hogan as the bad guy. And I think Hogan beat the Warrior there too. And then Ultimate Warrior would come back to the World Wrestling Federation at an In Your House to wrestle Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And then he left the wrestling business for a while. And then he sadly passed away. He was inducted into the WWF Hall of Fame. He was there for WrestleMania weekend. Him and Hogan worked out their differences, and he worked out their differences with a lot of different wrestlers. And the day after he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, sadly, the Ultimate Warrior passed away. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. And if you like karaoke, subscribe to Flash Gordon Karaoke Channel 5000. And have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.